Hello everybody. We are recording our first lesson for Scratch. I wanted to start off by just giving you a quick tour of the Scratch program. Scratch just runs in a browser. It does run best on a browser running Chromium. That's like Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge. Those tend to be the browsers that run it the best. A quick tour of what we're doing here. We'll just need to go to the scratch.mit.edu website. When you get there, you can log on if you have a logon, if you have a user ID and password. If you don't, you can play around with it without that. But if you'd like to save it and take advantage of any of the online tools, you'll want to have an account. There is a big button in the top left-hand side of the screen when you're on the Scratch main page that says Create. And if you click that button, that is how you get to see what we're looking at right now. The Scratch window has a couple of main components. The first one is this big area here in the middle. This is where we will actually be writing our code. Over here on the right-hand side, we have our sprite organizer. A sprite is a fancy word for an animated character or something that we're going to interact with in the game or program that we're going to make. We also have our stage is what they call it, but that's just where we control our backgrounds. And then this is actually a preview of what we're creating. So we can test what we are going to make over here. You'll see some other options up along the top as well. We'll get to those in just a minute. We'll also get to these code blocks over here. This is what we'll use to actually write our code. I want to point out just a few other things though before we move on to that next lesson. One thing real quick is that this little sprite right here is currently selected. This is Scratch the Cat. We also notice that there's a little shadow of Scratch the Cat right here. This shows us what we're writing code for and what we're editing. That's a really handy reminder. If you write the wrong code for the wrong sprite, that can get into trouble pretty quick. Let's explore a few of these tabs up here real fast. This one is called Costumes. If we click on that tab, we'll see that Scratch the Cat has two different costumes. If I click between them, we can see that it actually makes it look like it moves a little bit. This is how we do animations. There is a lot that you can do in the costumes part of Scratch. You can do full-on animations. You can make several frames. You'll notice that it has a lot of tools here to edit Scratch the Cat. Let's see if we didn't like his orange color, if we wanted him to maybe be a bright green cat. We can choose a bright green color. We can choose our fill tool and we can say, I want a green cat now. And you'll notice that as we're moving around inside of the costume area, that things are highlighting and you're seeing shapes. There's a big purple button down here, and we'll talk about this a lot later. But this says Convert to Bitmap. Currently, we are working as a vector. If I convert to bitmap, we go to bitmap, which is maybe more of what you're familiar with a computer-based editing tool. But you'll notice right away we get these pixelated lines. That's because a bitmap is just, let's think of it this way, like pixel art. There's a bunch of pixels that work together to form the image, and a vector is what we started with, and that's what most of the sprites in Scratch are. Vector is much more like working with shapes. Think of it like either making a mosaic tile or cutting out pieces of construction paper and shapes. That's a little bit of how these tools work. Like I said, we'll dive into that way more later. There's one more tab up top, and that's the Sounds tab. This is where we can add sounds to our game and edit the sounds that are there already. Once the sound is in here, we can call it from our code. Same with the costumes. We can play the sounds that we want and have in there already. We can make adjustments to them. And that's the main part of Scratch, is the code editor. This is where we're doing most of the work. Costumes is where we do our drawing and create the things that are going to go into our program The sounds is where we give them a voice and play some music. The backdrops over here on the far right hand side, we didn't talk about those. But a backdrop is something that we can select, and it has exactly the same tabs as a sprite does. There's code that we can write for a backdrop. We can choose the backdrop that we want. We can also color it just like we can anything else. I can give this a quick fill. Perhaps if my fill tool works. I think I actually need to make a big square first. There we go. Now we've got a backdrop. And there's lots of pre-made ones as well too. And we can also have sounds for our backdrop also. So that's a great place to put your main sounds for the game. Let's stop there for now, and we'll come back and do more in the next lesson.